Hello. So, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, whenever you're watching this. This is a presentation video for our app, InvenTasty. So, this is a mobile app that we created in EGR302 during our spring semester of 2025 in our engineering course, Engineering, Documentation, and Design. So, this group was composed of 4 people. First is our project leader, Savannah, our presentation leader, that's me. My name's Caitlin. And our other members include Trevor and Michael. If you want to hop into the slides, basically, we're just going to go over this slide. It's our motivation, problem, and solution slide. So, our initial motivation was saving money and making meals from our pantry. So, this motivation was inspired by the idea that our project leader, Savannah, had, and was to have a solution for the problem that I guess college students have, is using too much money in eating out instead of just using what they have in their kitchen or in their dorm to make meals and save money and just have healthier options. So, in when we were applying that to our app, we broadened that scope to be more realistic so that we recognize that students and parents with their families to feed tend to lean towards eating out instead of using ingredients from their pantry or refrigerator. In this case, it's just from their kitchen to make their meals, which can be pretty pricey with going to restaurants and fast food nowadays. So, our solution was to make an app that can quickly generate recipes for the user with the ingredients in their pantry in mind to encourage users to, once again, save money. So, potential benefits that we also considered was users might be more encouraged to learn how to cook new meals and to be more active and mindful for what they buy when they go grocery shopping, just to know more realistically what they might use during the week and how they can have maybe a healthier lifestyle than eating out all the time. Where sometimes you might drive out or go to fast food for 10 to 15 minutes, but you could also be at home just cooking a warm meal for 10 to 15 minutes and then enjoying it at a much cheaper price than it is to go out to eat. So, gonna quickly look at our demo. Unfortunately, some things did not get connected because some group members had some things going on, and then some could not work on the project and just kind of bailed a little bit on our project. But we'll show what we have right now to present and also talk about what we wanted to be in there or our finished product. So right now, all recipes versus pantry, this is our hub for most of the things that you're going to be interacting with in the finished app. So right now it's just hard coded with different recipes, but our finished product ideally was going to be connected with Gemini so that when you type in results, like in this case, if you had Caesar salad or chicken Alfredo, you would type it into the search bar, and then this would prompt Gemini to generate for you a recipe that you could save and then make yourself. And it would have the name of the recipe, which could be, for example, chicken Alfredo, and then you would have the ingredients and the measurements and how long it would take to make this, and also the instructions on how to make this. On the flip side, we have our pantry. So in this case, it's going to filter the results that Gemini gives you, or you prompt Gemini to give you a generated recipe based on what you have in your pantry. Well, how would you do that? You go down to our pantry at the bottom here in our navigation bar, and then you have this pantry, and this could be your pantry list. You can type in by name just different ingredients that you have in your pantry. In this case, it's giving me tomato sauce, so maybe I want to add tomato sauce to my pantry. So now you have it, and we ideally want to have more notifications with these, for example, expiration dates. But for right now, we only have an add or remove function. So you can remove it, you can add it. And so when you go back to your generation for your recipes, you could then have an updated version that you could add and ask Gemini to give you new recipes or ones that you'd like with different preferences, with filters for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or a drink, or just a diet or a meal plan that you wanted to go off of. Now, that is another feature that I'd like to mention, that we want to have a chatbot that also implements and uses Gemini, but it also just acts as a sort of consultant, friendly consultant for users to talk about nutrition, about making meal plans, and just how to implement those with fitness goals or just nutritional goals, and give you recommendations based on food allergies that you might give to the app, or just diets that you want to follow. So we did not get that in. That's not a screen that I could necessarily show, but that is our app. And for example, with all recipes, if Gemini generated for you a recipe, but you had most of them or just some of them, the ingredients in your pantry, you could add those ones that you're missing to your grocery list. And then you could reference that when you do go grocery shopping and just buy those things for next time. So that is most of our app. I'd like to thank you and have a good night or a good morning or a good afternoon whenever you're seeing this. Thank you.